Where would you rank yourself scale of 1 to 10? You can't use 7. Just right here.
Well, I'm really natural right now, so I would say an 8.
An 8?
I mean, I'm being
Okay.
honest, yeah.
And when you're made up, where would you put yourself?
A 9.
So you put yourself up there with Beyonce and Kelly Rowland.
What is up, guys? It's your boy back. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. We are back once more. So I'm going to go to Kevin Samuels' reactions. Remember, if you want to skip me yapping, just use timestamps. But if you want to hear my thoughts, I usually save them mostly for the end of the video. But I will put some somewhere in the middle because this woman says some things that I had to get my thoughts on. I had to get it off my chest, before I crashed out from hearing some of these lovely, lovely things from this interesting, beautiful woman. But look, guys, I will say I want you to leave your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you have to say about these things because I'm always open to being wrong. Maybe I'm just overreacting with some of the things that you're about to hear. But from my personal experience doing this and reacting to quite a few videos, usually I'm in the right. So without further ado, I will let you guys watch this video.
Okay, so yeah, Kevin, I don't know if it's me or the men that I'm dating, but they kind of make it seem like my attitude is like a bit difficult.
Okay.
But I'm not really sure if I have like an attitude problem or I just have like low tolerance for BS.
How old are you?
I just turned 27.
27.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Dress size?
8.
Mm-hmm. How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
I'm definitely on a weight loss.
How much did you weigh
right
the last
now.
time you weighed yourself?
So this morning. Yeah, it was this morning. I was 189.
Okay. Look, man, that's not a dress size 8. I'm an image consultant in real life. Let's try that again. Dress size?
Honestly, I'm not really sure.
So you lied to me.
Whatever
Yeah.
my.
See, I don't like people that just come out and make up stuff. You're 5 foot how tall?
I mean,
You're 5 foot how tall?
I'm 5'6".
Right, 190 pounds. That's yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm being honest, man. If men are telling you you have an attitude, first off, you don't want to be reading the comment section. That's not going to help because I'm having a conversation with you. And what do you mean when guys tell you you have an attitude problem or maybe you just have low tolerance? What do you mean?
I don't know. They just make it seem like I really can't take a joke, or I just tend to have like not the best patience. But basically, they just make it seem like I'm the issue. But sometimes I just really feel like I know I have things I need to work on, but I just feel like sometimes they're just like not man enough
To handle you.
Yeah, like. But the thing is, like, I know I have things to work on. Like, I know I need to work on my patience and maybe my attitude a little bit.
Who do you live with?
I live alone.
Right. I don't know why women feel like somebody has to put up with your attitude. Well, I don't know why ladies like women in general, or in particular, why should anybody have to put up with your attitude?
That's a good point.
I'm seriously, I'm being dead honest. And what state do you live in?
I'm in Kansas.
Kansas. It's good to, think highly of yourself. But I'm going to ask you a hard question. Do your attitudes match your looks?
I think so.
Okay. Where would you rank yourself scale of 1 to 10? You can't use 7. Just right here.
Well, I'm really natural right now, so I would say an 8.
An 8?
I mean, I'm being honest,
okay.
Yeah.
And when you're made up, where would you put yourself?
A 9.
So you put yourself up there with Beyonce and Kelly Rowland.
Oh, this just brings a smile to my cold dead heart. The silence is so loud. I mean, how is it? How? Truly how are we at a point where women can look like this and weigh this much? Which, first off, we're not even going to get into. We will actually. We will get into how she lied about her dress size. There is not a single woman on the planet Earth who doesn't know her dress size. I don't care what they tell you, unless this woman is like a newborn that morning woman. They all know their dress size. Every single one of them knows since they are a child, because it's a standard. That's how it's operating. That's how it always has been. You simply just know. Same way men know what size pants they wear. I mean, like, this is not rocket science, guys. And the fact that these women try to do the beatboxing, I mean, Kevin Samuels has talked about it a million times. When they beatbox, it's usually because they're lying or they're hiding something. And I'm in sales. I've taken thousands of sales calls over the last almost 9 years now. And I can tell you that every time someone starts beatboxing, I start rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh God, here we go. We're going to get disingenuous answers or lies, or someone who's just going to give me a non-answer. Or it's people who just can't tell the truth to save their life, and it damages their life. That's the worst part. It's not like, calling yourself an 8 or a 9 or a 10 is this awful, horrible thing if you are an 8 or 9, an 8 or a 9 or a 10. But when you don't look like that, when you're ugly, when you are overweight, when you have XYZ problem, it could be anything. And this doesn't just apply to her, it's for everything. But if you have one of those issues, I mean, like Kevin talked about it before, you got to pick a lane. You can't be fat and mid. Like, it's okay, being mid is fine. You can't always control how you look. I mean, you can't control how you look, but, at least to a degree, and how you're born and whatnot. But if you're mid, you should probably know, well, how do I compensate for being mid? I need to be in the gym, and my body needs to be 10 to 10. My mindset needs to be 10 to 10. I need to have my life together. If it's a woman, it really is. I mean, hell, it's less stuff, because a man will pay for your stuff. A man will pay for everything. I mean, just literally just take care of your body. Have some nice hips and abs, and you're golden. A guy will pay for everything. I mean, it's a cheat code. And you still have these women who are in deny, pretend. It's just the lies. It's the lies that just keep on being recycled to the community, guys.
In my opinion, yes. I mean, I know like beauty is not.
No, beauty is very formulaic. It's not that subjective. See, women who tend to have attitude problems tend to overvalue themselves. That's why I went directly into something you can't lie about: your height, your weight, your dress size, your looks. See, those things are static. And what you told me is, by 5'5", 190 pounds, you're not hot enough to have an attitude. And to rank yourself as 8 or 9, you can walk out into the world and nobody. If somebody put you in a line next to Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, age adjusted, there's no way that they would say you all look like y'all match. You can't honestly believe that. You nod your head saying yes you do or no you don't.
No, I understand what you're
But
saying.
I'm asking, what do you think?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
If I were able to take Beyonce and Kelly Rowland, age adjusted, and put you all side by side, people would not say you all look like you match. They would say this one is better than that one's better than this one, and this one does not match.
I understand.
But do you agree or disagree?
Okay, Kevin. So, I know you want me to just answer the
Well,
question.
if you give yourself an 8, 9, or 10 that's pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, if you're an 8, what is Beyonce?
Beyonce is definitely very gorgeous. Like I obviously know Beyonce looks better than me, but
Okay,
I
but what is she though? Is she a 9, a 10,
uh,
12? What?
she's a
All right,
10.
she's a 10. You're an 8. Then let's see. Who could I use? What would K Michelle be?
Um, you said K
Hmm.
Michelle. I would say like a 7 or 8.
What would Fantasia be?
Well, Fantasia, in my opinion, I would say maybe like a 6.
So you look better than Fantasia, and you look better than K Michelle.
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, Kevin, you're asking me.
I need okay, but what I'm trying to understand is if you have I'm asking if you have any humility, an accurate estimation of what is, and you have proven even by whether you agree with my skills or not, you ranked yourself higher than K Michelle and higher than Fantasia. You ranked yourself a shade below Beyonce, and you are nowhere close to being. You're not hotter than any of those women. And you damn sure your figure, come on, we know that's needs work. Why is all this important? Because if you actually, people who actually are humble don't have a lot of impatience or low tolerance of people. But people who think they're more than they are, I mean, you may be this, I don't know, maybe you're in Peoria, I don't know what part of Kansas you're in, but maybe you're hot for that part of Kansas.
I mean, I've definitely traveled,
Well, then you should have a better estimation of yourself.
and I mean, I primarily only date black men,
It has
and
nothing to do
I
with just dating black men. Your question came in saying that you people told you that you have an attitude, and I'm trying to understand what is it based on.
This is also another thing that I really wanted to talk about because, as I mentioned before, I'm a black guy and I have black women in my family. And I see it so often, these horrible, bad attitudes, these women who get uppity. And here's the worst part. Because this video, I don't even think this one really shows it that well, but these women have impeccable, I mean impeccable social skills to a degree where you would think they wouldn't do this kind of stuff. But unfortunately, self awareness doesn't always come with it. But these women know how to behave. They know it. That's why Kevin always uses this example, and this is something you can see in any life, in any woman. They are very, very, very quick to listen to their boss, to listen to the people paying, basically in charge of paying the bills, so usually their boss, or superiors or leadership and so on. But the moment they get home, the moment they're around a guy in a dating context, all of a sudden it's uppity, rude, loud, aggressive, just mean as all hell. And I mean, it's like vipers. I mean, they just jolt right at you. I mean, it's like they come home and they just exit work mode, and now it's all about me, 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 me. The world revolves around me, 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 because they have this whole little princess, little magic fantasy in their head that I'm not going to use some words I'm going to use for it because I want to keep this video on YouTube. But they have very unrealistic expectations of the world, and they have been lied to at such an extreme level that it's just part of their DNA. Like I'm not gonna say they're born thinking like this because it's an exaggeration, but they are conditioned over and over and over again. You're right. You're right. You're right. When someone tries to hold you accountable, tell them that they're a BAN, if you will. If you know what that means, then good on you. But tell this person horrible. Call this person mean names. Be rude. Be disrespectful. Be loud. The louder you get, the more right you are. And they'll do it strategically sometimes. They'll pretend and say, "Oh, I'm just a sweet little innocent. I don't know what happened. I don't know why people think I have an attitude." But then behind closed doors, they're just yelling at someone like a chihuahua.
that's a great question. I honestly, if I had to say what my attitude is based on, I would say my past, and it's not an excuse, but I'm definitely still trying to
Your
overcome
no, no,
it,
no,
but it's
no,
still
no,
kind of.
no. Your attitude for being low tolerance with other people.
I think you're trying to get me to say because I'm not good looking enough,
Well,
so
how
then
about
I'm
you?
not
You know
tolerant
what?
of it.
Don't try to figure out what I'm trying to get you to say. If I want you to say something, I'll ask a question. I'm not trying to get you to say anything other than what you really think. I don't know why people, I think you're trying to, I think you, what is this? Oh man. Well, here's the net of it. If your attitudes, give you problems, then even the guys in Kansas will tell you give you problems, then you need to change something. But oftentimes when women or people have an overinflated estimation of themselves, they tend to not have much tolerance for other people. And based on what you told me, you have an overinflated sense of yourself.
Can I ask you what makes you think that?
You're 5'5", 190 pounds. And you're cute, but you're nowhere close to being an 8. That's not rude.
Okay.
Okay, if you went out for an audition to be a model, right? I don't know if you or anybody in the audience has ever done this. But if you guys think what I'm saying is tough, go out to a cattle call where they say, we're looking for the prettiest girls in town and watch. Have you ever watched American Idol?
Yes.
And have you ever seen some of these people on American Idol and you're like, these people cannot sing. But they got up there anyway. But then there are people who didn't think they could sing and they could blow. It's the same way with looks. You get a bunch of women in anywhere, and there are women who think too high, not high enough. But when you get in there with people who judge looks for a living, they go through a very formulaic way of looking at things. And if you think I'm tough, especially if you're going to do modeling work, they would say, come on in. Okay, strip down to your underwear. And they will begin to, this is wrong, your hair's wrong, you need that thing out of your nose, or you got a pimple there, or your elbow's out, look at her toe. No, that's not right. A lot of people can't handle it. They could not handle being scrutinized from head to toe. Just because when you're judging people's looks, you have to be honest with what you see because it's going to be put before everybody else. The thing is, you may not be fit ready to listen to that level of honesty, but in the world, it's not much different. People are just polite. Now, imagine how somebody walking into American Idol or somebody who really thinks they're talented, who can rap, I can rap, I can sing, I can whatever. You ever seen somebody jump up like they really had talent and you're like, oh my God, they're no good, but you couldn't tell them shit. That's how a lot of women are with their looks. They really believe this shit until somebody sits down and says, you are not talented. You can't sing, you can't dance, that's trash, that's garbage. Because they have told themselves that there's something. What happens with many women today, why you feel like you're dating down, is the Western world has not given women an accurate estimation of yourselves. We've removed competition. We've removed beauty standards. We don't want to judge. We got 350-pound women on the cover of Cosmopolitan. So it makes sense to me that ladies are having a problem estimating themselves. And it's frustrating to a lot of women because if you think you're here, then you want outcomes that are up here. But if you're getting outcomes that are down here, that means what? Oh, there's just something wrong with the market. No, it's because you're down here. That's what tends to cause a lot of disconnect. That's why I started right where I started. If you're saying these are the issues you're having with men, they're saying you're this or that, it's because It tends to be with women because you think you're up here, and because if you had respect for these guys, you wouldn't talk to them that way. True or false?
That's true.
So anybody in the comments thinking I'm just being harsh or mean? No, there's always a reason. Become more realistic about who you are. I'm not saying you're an unattractive woman. I'm saying, I think you rank yourself high. And when you start estimating yourself easier, it's a hell of a lot easier for you to be reasonable and patient with other people. Does that make sense? All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Now, some of this stuff is not easy to hear, man. But I'm honest. If anybody has ever, I think Simon Cowell is tough on American Idol. You guys would not do well going to Hollywood or getting in front of an agent. Where they're like,
That's going to be the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I know I gave some pretty lengthy thoughts. Look, this stuff is just unbelievable every time I watch it. Yes, we all enjoy it for the entertainment. It's funny, haha, whatever. But it is really sad. Like, you can't tell me this isn't sad. This isn't... Just how? How are we here? How did we truly get here as a group of people to where morbidly obese, unattractive women can say, I'm a 10. I look better than XYZ woman. And I'm just like, man, like, you guys really, really don't have a mirror. You don't have a phone camera. You haven't seen yourself. And the thing is, they know. They all know. No matter what they tell you, they lie. They use subterfuge. They say, oh, it's this. They know. They know they need to stop putting down the cookie jar, or start putting down the cookie jar more accurately. And they know they need to get in the gym. They know they should. Other races do it. Why are black women the only ones who just can't? For the love of God. It's like being healthy. Why are you eating those greens for? Why are you eating that salad for? Why are you eating fruit every day? Why aren't you having chitlins and fried chicken with me? I'm like, dude, what? Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed the extra commentary today. Leave your thoughts in the comments and make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you tomorrow.